Hi, welcome to Buzz, Indiana's Underground Business Voice. My name is Tony Celzo. I've got Tony Pinto with Beerman Realty.
Correct.
We're in Dayton, Ohio. We just got done launching a rousing Dayton event.
It rocked.
We really did rock, and I really appreciate everything you guys did, by the way.
Thank you.
Beerman Realty. Now you're a realtor.
Correct.
And that throws you in a box with a lot of other people.
Correct.
What would you like us to redefine your box as?
Beerman Realty, we're more of a commercial. We're a commercial real estate. We don't do anything residential. Just do commercial, as I said.
Okay.
We consider ourselves a full service company.
Okay.
Meaning we do property management, development, sales,
tenant
leasing,
rep.
tenant rep, whatever you need, we can basically do it.
Now, how'd you get into this?
Basically, ever since back in high school, always had a love for real estate.
Okay.
Went to college and started taking some real estate classes.
Okay.
And what I was learning about the residential side really wasn't something that picked me up. And the commercial side seemed like it was something more that I was interested in.
Okay.
And tried, just been working my way to get into the commercial aspect, and
okay.
It took me almost 5 years to actually get into commercial real estate.
So 5 years, you finally got into your game.
Correct.
How's the market in Dayton?
I'll say it's soft.
It's soft, okay.
Yep.
So you guys are working harder.
Correct. Working harder, and what makes it a little bit more difficult right now, the banks.
Oh yeah, they don't want to lend money.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing how tough money is to get out
Correct.
there right now.
It is.
We just are going through this in Indy, and the litany. But 3 years ago, it would have been a signature.
Sure.
Now now I was joking with my accountant. I said they got the Rumpelstiltskin clause in there now, which means we got to give our firstborn if we don't pay, right? So it's a little tougher out there. But you're working. What I know about you for the brief time that I've known you is you're out there working a little bit harder.
Correct.
And I think that I used to do a restaurant, have a restaurant franchise, or used to work for a restaurant franchise, and one of the things we put on our checklist every day was to call the realtor and see where we're at.
Correct.
Because he didn't call us. Now, I think that's one of the things that you do to differentiate yourself. Is that true?
I do. I call on, retailers, office people, even if I know they're in a current lease, find out when their lease is expiring, find out if there's any issues at the buildings, because we're a locally owned company, local property management, and a lot of these other buildings, the owners far away.
Headquarters is in another state.
And there's a company in Illinois that's doing the property management. So there's no one local to really manage and take care of the property.
So you really don't have a face to negotiate with, to complain to talk to.
Correct.
Well, where with you, Tony, you're in there and you're engaged.
Yep.
You've got you're going to be involved in one of the problems. And I think one of the things that I've seen you do too is that you're not only there making sure that someone's paying their rent or helping to try to find their spot, but you're also trying to figure out how to be a strategic, trusted advisor to that person.
Correct.
So when they do or are ready to move, that they've looked at you as a resource for all this
Correct.
time, and they say, hey, Tony's our guy. We're not even going to think about somebody else because we trust him. Is that fair?
That is fair. I mean, I had a tenant of mine change companies, and he's now in another property. We said the minute we start looking for property, you're the person I'm going to call. He's like, even if it's not one of your properties that we go into, I trust you to help me find another property within the Dayton market.
It really is about relationship in your business. I mean, doing what you do, and the entire value that you bring to the picture is the relationship I can manage and how I can help that person make good decisions, right?
It is.
And so the market's soft, but what are you doing to get around that?
Like I said, we cold call, try to send out marketing information to people around, contact other realtors, see if there's anyone they might be working with that we might be able to assist them with.
Sure.
Joining things like Rainmakers, trying to just get my name out there, meet other people, see how I can help them with their business.
Who are the type of businesses that you're ended up getting referrals from?
Sometimes construction.
Okay.
Because they might be dealing with someone that comes to them and be like, we're thinking of building this type of property. And they'll give me a call and be like, hey, can you help me find land so I can build this type of property on
Developers, builders?
Yeah.
Okay.
CPAs, business attorneys.
Okay.
Entrepreneurs, sometimes they're just coming out.
Headquarters, maybe they're looking to move. So right now, it's fair to say that the normal channels would be a good strategic partner for you. You're looking at anybody doing development is probably a good connection for you. accountants, God, we keep saying that over and over. Accountants are so strategic in helping business owners make good decisions. You know, like, hey, why don't you just take that $3,000 a month you're spending and build your own property? You can help find a build to suit and do that. Or hey, look at this is what you're spending right now. If we moved you over here, not only you reduce your drive, but you know your per square footage cost would go down 30%, right? And that's some of those things you're helping people make those decisions, right? And then business lawyers, because they're involved every time those deals come up, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, so those are good strategic partners for you. What would you say, what is the one thing that makes you different from other commercial realtors?
I think the way that I get back to people, and basically, if, say someone calls, I've heard a lot of times people say, you know, I called another realtor and they never return my calls. Yeah. If someone calls me, I have to say I want to call them back within 24 hours. Or if they send me an email within 24 hours, get back with them at the latest. I try to do it, you know, right as I get that message or whatever to move forward.
So we get a lot of commercial realtors that come through Rainmakers, and one of the things I think that, and I want to just reiterate what you just said, it is so. I've coached some company. I've coached a small business that actually expanded locations. Guy's got great credit, had a great business model, had 2 stores under. We were looking for a third. 5 commercial realtors he called, 5 locations. Now one of them called them back in 1 week. The fact that you call people back and that you are responsive in what you do is huge. I know these guys have to have a lot of things going in order to close one deal, but I think you really value the contact and the relationship, and that's your differentiator. I mean, and I know it doesn't sound good to say that your whole industry doesn't return phone calls, but I mean, that makes you unique in your space.
Correct.
What's the one thing we could help you do and accomplish this year?
Just, you know, complete more deals.
Complete more deals?
You know, get more leads that, you know, help me possibly complete more deals.
Okay. And really anybody that's looking to move, to expand, downsize. Those are the type of buzzwords they need to hear in order to connect to Tony Pinto.
Correct.
How do we reach you?
I can be reached at my office at 937-222-1285. My extension's 111. Or you can also send me an email at tpinto@beermanrealty.com. Okay. And you can go to beermanrealty.com, see a list of our properties, what we offer, and there's a direct link to all the agents, and under the agents you'll find my contact information. Just click on it.
Cool. Tony Pinto, you've been buzzed. Thank you.